To test whether the prisoner was faking his death, the warden took a torch and burned the soles of his feet. But after a long while, the prisoner still didn't react at all. Convinced he was truly dead, the warden ordered the guards to throw his body into the ocean. The guards covered the body with a burial shroud, deciding to finish their meal before dealing with it. What they didn't know was that another prisoner, watching through a tunnel he had dug, had seen everything. As soon as the guards left, the man crawled out and rushed to his cellmate, the friend who had accompanied him through 8 long years of prison life, now lying lifeless before him. Grief overwhelmed him, but as he scanned the old man's body, a bold idea suddenly formed in his mind. After a short prayer, he quickly tore open the shroud, dragged the old man through the tunnel into his own cell, laid him on the bed in a sleeping position, and carefully cut off his own black hair, attaching it to the old man's head to make the body look more like him. Once the scene was set, he climbed into the old man's cell and found the treasure map the old man had hidden inside the wall. Then, without hesitation, he zipped himself up inside the shroud. Not long after, the guards returned. Though they noticed the body felt unusually heavy, they didn't question it. Just to be sure, they tied an iron ball to the ankle and then tossed the corpse into the sea. The man sank into the depths, but thanks to the knife the old man had crafted before his death, he managed to cut through the bag and escape. He then unshackled the iron ball and let it sink, freeing himself to swim desperately toward the light above. Back at the prison, when the guard delivered the next meal, he found the man unresponsive, but as he stepped closer, he was horrified to realize the person lying in bed was the very same old man they'd thrown into the ocean. The warden ordered the bed moved aside, revealing that the stones behind it could be lifted away like building blocks. Holding up a torch, he looked inside and saw a tunnel. That's when he realized the man had likely escaped by cutting his way out of the body bag. The man finally made it out. To avoid drawing attention on the road, he slipped into a farmer's house and changed out of the prison uniform that had come to symbolize years of humiliation. But when he caught a glimpse of himself in the mirror, he froze. 14 years of wrongful imprisonment had not only scarred his soul, it had changed his face beyond recognition. Before leaving, he stole a pair of scissors to trim his hair and clean up his appearance. Guided by fragments of memory, he eventually returned to his hometown, only to learn that his father had died years ago. According to the priest, his father had fallen into depression after hearing of his son's supposed death. The most devastating part? The grave next to his father's bore his own name, with a death date matching the year he was imprisoned. That meant the people who framed him had never intended for him to survive. After pulling himself together, he went to visit his fiancée's home, only to discover she had married shortly after his imprisonment and now lived in Paris. What stunned him even more was learning she had married the very man who had set him up. And so, the man began his journey of revenge.